What's up, everybody?
Yep.
Welcome back. This is the 2004 Throwdown Showdown. We've got the world's winning deck list for Team Magma's Groudon. Ooh. So this deck runs with Claydol. It's got the Camerupt, it's got Zangoose, and it's got Groudon. So the Groudon does damage. Yo, what's up, Fancy Duck? The Groudon, it does damage anywhere on the board, which is really good in this format because the gust options are very limited. And it's really good because its second attack, Pulverize, does 50 damage plus 20 more if they have damage on it. So it works really well with itself, but it has this horrible ability called Power Saver, which requires you to have 4 Magma Pokemon in play, which is really crazy. And then on the other side here, we have the second place deck. It's the Blaziken deck. So it plays Blaziken EX and Blaziken. Blaziken, of course, with the Fire Starter, attaches 1 energy from the discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. And then Blaziken EX's Volcanic Ash does 100 damage anywhere on the field, enough to knock out basically anything. But it's also got the Rayquaza EX, which can hit for an unlimited amount of damage, which in this format is incredible. So let's get into this matchup. It's going to be 2004 rules. Breeze, do you know what the 2004 rules are?
Well, I'm going to say some stuff and probably look like a fool, so why don't you just go ahead and read that?
Okay, all right. So the 2004 rules are that you set up and then you flip, and then whoever wins the flip has to go first. Okay, that's,
sure.
That's a little bit different. You can't draw a card on your first turn, and you can't play a supporter on your first turn, but you can attack on your first turn. Wow. Okay. And we're going to read all the cards out loud for the first time so that you guys understand what they do and what the purpose of it is. And if there's any point in time you have a question, you are welcome to let us know. Yeah, these are really fresh sleeves. These are really expensive cards. I think this one was $350 and that one was like $150. So really cool to be able to build the whole decks and play them. At best, I have an old champion 2005 Water Energy. That's sick, bro. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not have a basic here. I will show you a mulligan.
All right, and I've got one.
Yep. Mulligans back then were 2 cards, funny enough.
Oh.
So you'll get 2 cards.
Incredible.
Yeah. And they're similar sleeves as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We do have a basic this time. So I will promote that and put out my prizes.
I'll take 2 mulligan cards.
That's right. And then you'll definitely want to bench as many Pokemon as possible because you can attack turn 1 in this.
I do not have any other basics.
The flip rule. It seems more balanced. It does seem more balanced, to be honest. Like, you should just go first if you win. You shouldn't have the choice. But, you know. Good luck here.
Good luck. Heads or tails?
I'll take. We actually flip over. We're going to start the game first, and then I'll take tails.
And it's heads, so I will go first.
Yep, you have to.
I will not draw a card per turn.
That's right, and no supporter.
No supporter, but I can attack.
You can attack.
Okay.
I'm spelling safe wrong. Not safe. Yeah, not safe at all.
All right, so this is a basic fighting energy. I'm pretty sure I know what that does.
Yeah.
And Call for Family is a pretty decent attack here, a basic... Oh, it's a colorless basic Pokemon, or basic Pokemon with Team Magma in its name.
Which, for purposes of this deck, will grab you everything.
Yes. All right, so no supporters, Pokemon Reversal, flip a coin. And Camerupt, once during your turn, you may search your discard pile for a basic energy card and attach it to Team Magma's Camerupt. Put 2 damage counters on Team Magma's Camerupt. Cool. So that's kind of the combo in the deck, right? We have Darkness Energy as well, and we have a Magma Energy. I think I'm just going to go ahead and use Call for Family.
Yep.
And put it onto your bench. Awesome. So, I kind of want to get like a Numel down, honestly.
Yeah, and that deck only runs 1 Numel because there is Maxi in the deck. Maxi is a super cool card. It allows you to put a Pokemon from your discard pile or your hand onto the bench. It does not matter what stage it is, as long as it's a Team Magma Pokemon, which in this deck is all of them. So, really cool, really awesome ability. So the Numel going down means that Breeze's turn is over. I will draw for turn. And I think we're just going to start the turn by attaching. Singe, of course, only does a burn if I get a heads, but burn used to be really good because it turns off all abilities for Pokemon in play, as long as they're Poke Powers. So there used to be Poke Powers and Poke Bodies. Bodies cannot be really taken away. Poke Powers can. So that attachment there is going to allow me to use Steven's Advice, the supporter in my hand. I can use this because I did not go first. It says draw up to the number of Pokemon on your opponent's side that they have in play. You can't use this card if you have 7 cards or more in your hand, and it has to be one of those cards included. So I have 5, 6, which means I can draw 2, 1, 2, and we did get another basic. We got an Oddish here. So I think we are just going to go ahead. We don't have too much besides this. We will just declare Singe, and it is going to be burned. So now you'll take 20, and then you'll roll to see if you're unburned. And heads. So, yep, burn is over.
All right, we'll go ahead and draw for turn to get started. And I've got a pretty decent hand here. All right, so the Oddish has 50 team play. I can't quite get a knockout here, I don't think.
Right.
Because I can play Conspirator for 2 more, but I don't have access to another one.
This E is for the E series. Yeah, dice is the coin. Yep.
All right, so let's go with Team Magma Conspirator.
Okay.
And that'll let me get out a Baltoy.
Sounds good.
So basic Pokemon are energy cards. Interesting.
Yeah, super busted card for back then. And for
Yeah.
now, honestly. Like, if that was a card now, I feel like it'd be played.
Right? Because the energy is the big part.
Yep. Does have the stipulation of having to be a Magma Pokemon, so that is, the most concerning part of it. But otherwise, it's, not bad at all.
Right? Now there's linear attack as an option.
Yep, the ability to do 20 anywhere is really good. Especially with the Oddish on the bench. Oddish, of course, does evolve into the Blossom. We run 0 Gloom in this deck, so it's going to be interesting.
Well, actually, I think I can just pulverize for... Oh, wait, no, because I can't get the Claydol down, right? I can get the camera up down, but I couldn't move the energy with the Claydol, so...
Gotcha.
Maxi.
And you'll notice that this format had limited ways to gust, limited ways to discard, limited ways to get Pokemon in play. There's a lot of limits on everything. So nothing is really broken. Everything has a really balanced effect on it. So you might even think that like this card is really good. But drawing 4 cards doesn't feel like a lot when you can't search for an evolution Pokemon.
Right. So I think I'm going to attach the Magma Energy with another one in hand.
Yep.
We will get the Numel Evolves, that it's a little bit safer. And then next turn, even if Andy does somehow take a knockout on the Zangoose, I could use the Camerupt plus Claydol combo to attack with Groudon again, which, that's pretty sweet, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's 3... Oh, it's 3 or less. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I guess I do have the Maxi in hand.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain, though.
Yes,
that,
I do have the Maxi in hand.
Yeah, 3 or less. It's both. Yeah, I was going to say it's both, so that's kind of cool. If there was any mirrors.
Right. So let's just go ahead and use Team Play for 40 here.
Yep, and then the double Magma Energy gets discarded at the end of the turn.
All right.
I will draw for turn here, not what we wanted to see. I'm going to take a gamble here. We're going to go with the Combuskin Evolution here. And I'm going to go for the Lunge because I don't have much going for me. So I will attack for turn and lunge. If I get a Tails, this attack does nothing. Let's see a Heads. Heads it is. So it's going to do 50 damage in the knockout. I'll take a prize card, which is phenomenal because this format, there's only one prizers really, except for the EX Pokemon.
Right. So I'm going to go up with the Groudon here. Like I said, I've pretty much just got the knockout in hand already. Draw for turn is a Zangoose, so I do get to save the Maxi if I choose to do so, which I will. So we can bench the Zangoose. I can attach Magma Energy
Oh, boy.
for turn.
Yep.
And then we go Overheat for a basic energy, which puts 2 damage counters on Camerupt. And then Magma Switch to move an energy card.
Yep.
And then Pulverize for 70. Discard this and take a prize card.
That's really good because that was my only Pokemon in play. Now I've got to draw for turn, see if I can find anything where we have only energy in hand.
Yikes.
So I am going to attach, and I'm going to try and hit a Poison Powder here. Let's see if we can get yet another Heads. It's going to be Tails this time, so no effect. It's going to be Breeze's turn once again.
All right, go ahead and draw for turn here. Find a Darkness Energy off the top. I have Mr. Brownie's Compassion. Choose one of your Pokemon in play, excluding Pokemon EX. Return that Pokemon and all cards attached to it to your hand. So I can use that on Camerupt eventually if it gets damaged enough. So let's go ahead and Darkness Energy. The attack does 10 more damage to the defending Pokemon. At the end of every turn, put 1 damage counter on the Pokemon Darkness Energy is attached to, unless it's Dark type or has Dark in its name. So definitely going to attach that to use Linear Attack on this turn. Pulverize does require 2 Fighting Energy, which is a little awkward having a second Darkness Energy in hand, but should be okay. I'm going to save the Maxi for now. And I'll just go ahead and use Linear Attack. I'll put the damage on the Oddish.
Yep.
Do 30.
So it's going to be 30 there. I'm going to draw for turn. We've got a Friend Ball, which is amazing here. Friend Ball lets you choose any of your opponent's Pokemon in play and search for a type that is the same. So I'm going to choose Zangoose, and that allows me to search my deck for a Dunsparce with Strike and Run. So Strike and Run is going to save me from losing this game. We're going to bench the Dunsparce here. We are going to, let's see, when you touch, okay, all right. We're going to attach a Fire Energy to the Dunsparce. We are going to retreat our Oddish, and we're going to use Strike and Run here. So that is going to search the deck for 3 basic Pokemon, put them onto the bench, and then I can switch the Dunsparce with any Pokemon on my bench. It's like the most broken attack, and it's just on a Dunsparce, which is the funniest part about it.
It is really good.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go ahead and get Electrike, Torchic, and Torchic, and then I will switch myself with Oddish.
All right.
And pass my turn because that is the end of my turn.
Yep. I will draw for turn. We found Steven's Advice. Wow, what a top deck.
Holy cow, yep.
So with 4 cards in hand, I don't really want to play any of these. I could use the Pokemon Reversal. I think I'd rather use that after I use Steven's Advice.
Yep.
So draw 6 off of that. That's insane. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
So we do find the basic Fighting Energy. That's really good. I think what I'm going to do is attach, or I'm going to use the Pokemon Reversal before I attach, because I might just use Linear Attack anyway. So this is Flip a Coin if Heads, which is not Heads. I would have been able to knock out a Torchic there.
Yep.
With Pulverize. I will then commit the energy to the Zangoose here. I'm not opposed to just kind of taking the prize card, being okay with that. I've played a supporter already, and I have a whole bunch of supporters. Desert Ruins, I don't think I want to put into play this turn. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and Linear Attack for the knockout on the Oddish and take another prize.
Sounds good. So we're going to promote this Dunsparce here and draw for turn. Oh, fantastic top deck here. We've got the Steven's Advice.
Nice.
Let's go. How many cards do you have to start? I thought 5 in hand, 5 prizes, but it's actually 7 in hand and 6 prizes. But you start with 6 cards in your hand because you put a basic down.
Right.
So it's kind of like 6 and 6. We're going to use Steven's Advice here to draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's really unfortunate. We got the Blossom, but our Oddish got knocked out in the previous turn. So I think what I'm going to do is just attach for turn onto the Torchic. And we're going to use Sudden Flash, which says, flip a coin if heads, the defending Pokemon is now paralyzed, and it does 10 damage. So there we go. It's paralyzed. And in this gameplay, this format, there's only one way to get out of paralysis, and that's Briny. That's it.
Yep.
And having to Briny a Groudon does not feel good.
Right.
Unless it's, heavily damaged.
So go ahead and draw. That's a Psychic Energy off the top deck. I kind of like the idea of just swinging with Zangoose this turn for a knockout. Actually, I can't quite get a knockout. I would like to play Steven's advice, but I have 10 trillion cards in hand.
Yep.
So
not gonna be an option.
Right. I think it's gonna be could Briny the Groudon. Team play doesn't take the knockout. Oh man. Yeah, let's just go ahead and Underground Expedition.
Yep.
I hate playing this card.
It's the only consistent way to draw cards in that deck without TV reporter, so that's why it's played.
Okay, so let's go ahead and take these two and put these two back on the bottom.
Yep. And I will say both Claydol and, of course, you've already fought with the Zangoose. Zangoose has a great attack. Claydol also has a great attack with that Dark Hand. There's a lot of damage if your opponent is a little risky. Look at the beautiful reverse Steven's advice. Today I went to GameStop and they handed me a code for a Lechonk flying type. I don't even have Scarlet or Violet. Dude, you gotta go get it. It's a great game.
So I'm going to assume that Andy doesn't really have much going on over there without evolving a Torchic at all last turn.
It's true.
So I'm going to just touch the Claydol, call it a good turn, and pass.
Alrighty. We're going to draw for turn here. That's exactly what we wanted. It's going to be that Manectric. So Team Aqua's Manectric has Power Shift, which allows me to move any energy from it to the active, which is really good. And we're going to use Oracle as my supporter for turn. It allows me to search for 2 cards and put them on top of my deck. You might remember it as Mallow for a lot of people watching at home. And I think we will... I'm not going to see the other card, I think, because of what I'm going to draw. But we'll go with those 2. And I get to put them in any order, which is fantastic.
Seems pretty good.
It's phenomenal. And this deck is a really good comeback deck because the EXs have so much HP and do so much damage. So I'm going to put those on top like that. I will go ahead and attach for turn. Oh, this might be overcommitting. I'm going to go ahead and do it anyways. We're going to attach for turn to the Torchic, and we're going to use Sudden Flash once again, hopefully getting a heads. And there it is again. So 20 damage is the total damage, and then it's going to be paralyzed once again.
All right. I'm going to draw for turn.
Okay, but how are these decks Lost Zone match up? You would lose in 2 turns, man.
Lost mine. I'll knockout, and then Lucha, knockout.
Right?
That'd be crazy. Anyway, after the Oracle, I'm actually going to put a Desert Ruins into play.
Yep.
I do have a second one in hand, so this is totally fine. I will use Briny's Compassion to pick up the Groudon, I guess.
Tex. So you probably want to use the Magma Switch first if you have the option to.
Oh, very true.
Yep, that way you don't lose an energy attachment for the turn.
Okay, let me take another look real quick. So I do have the Darkness Energy. This is a Dark type. Okay.
Yep. You can switch the Dark Energy off of Groudon as well.
Right. I think I want to put the Dark Energy in there. Let's go like this, I think.
Okay.
Can I take a knockout with team play? I do have another Boltoy in hand. Do I want to take a knockout? Yeah, this seems better.
Okay.
It takes damage between turns from the Darkness Energy, which is a little questionable, but it's fine.
Alrighty, so Briny, go into your hand there, and then you've got the active getting Magma switched onto it, and then you can attach for turn, and then team play. If you have 2 more basics, you can take a knockout. Wow. Woo!
See, I think that this is okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So here's 1 more basic.
Yep.
And obviously we picked up the Groudon. I can put it back down. to be another one. I've attached for turn. I can't overheat. It's basic energy only.
Yep.
Did get the Desert Ruins down. I've played a supporter. Let's go ahead and team play for 50. Go down to 3 prizes remaining.
Sounds good. We are going to promote the Torchic, really hoping to hit the rare candy. I know what my next card is. It's going to be the Delcatty. So we're going to evolve into Delcatty here. And it has that energy draw, so you can discard an energy card from your hand, and then you draw 3 cards. So that's really good because I know what the next card is.
Plus.
Yep. So we're going to... Do I want to do that right now? I mean, it could be really good if I just grab the other guy. Cards in hand?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9 cards. Okay. I'd really like to do that, but I think this is going to be better for what I have available. We're going to go ahead and use Oracle once again. I did have a copycat on top, but if I miss the rare candy and the Blaziken, then I am in really bad shape.
Yeah.
So I am just going to go search for the rare candy and Blaziken.
Okay.
Put them on top of the deck, and then I can energy draw into them. All right, cutter tap for you here. And we'll put these 2 cards on top, and we'll get 1 extra card on top of this, really hoping it's a supporter, but if it's not a big deal. We're going to use energy draw to draw 3 cards, 1, 2, and 3. And look at that, it's another Oracle for next turn, which is awesome. Fairy type is not legal. Nope. We're going to use Rare Candy to evolve into Blaziken, who of course has that Fire Starter ability, so we're going to use that. It says put a fire energy from your discard onto one of your bench Pokemon, and that's it. Yeah, it just does that. So we're going to attach a multi-energy onto Torchic. We actually just got a reprint of this card, so Luminous Energy is multi-energy. It does the same thing. It's a rainbow unless you have another special energy, and then it becomes a colorless. We're going to use Power Shift here to move my energy from the bench to the active, and we're going to use Fire Stream. It does 50 damage to the active, and it does 10 damage to all benched Pokemon.
Jeez.
So that's going to discard 1 fire, does 10 to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon, and then it's going to take a knockout with a Darkness Energy between turns.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll take 1 prize card.
Very powerful. All right.
And now we're back in the game. We got 4-3. A little questionable, but Breeze has no energy in play that he can really accelerate easily.
All right. I am not opposed to going up with the Claydol to attack here.
Yeah, Dark Hand only doing a little bit of damage. I have, of course, 4 cards in hand. I think it's your opponent's hand, right? Or is it your hand?
If I have more cards than you.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Which I
You
will.
do. Yep.
Could also just go up with the Groudon here. It's a little bit harder for you to knock out. Let's just go up with the Claydol. See what happens. I'm gonna go ahead and drop her turn. Find another Desert Ruins. It's kind of awkward.
Yeah, the deck runs 3 Desert Ruins, so you're gonna get a lot of those.
So let's go with Overheat here.
Yep.
And that'll go up to 5.
Woo!
And then we can Magma Switch.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll go with a Darkness Energy.
Yep.
That's the attach per turn.
That's going to be really close to taking a knockout.
Right. And I'm staring down 9 cards in hand right now.
Woo!
I'm just going to go with... I hate this card.
You're going to see all the same cards you just saw, bro.
Exactly.
I'll admit this was a Japanese list. The Underground Expedition was not needed. It was so not needed.
Definitely going to take this.
You know how much those cost too? It cost $18 each. So I bought those and I was like, why am I buying these? I know that this is not the best card, but it's what they played at Worlds, so I might as well play it, you know? Yeah, it's nuts. It looks cool though, I'll admit. It looks cool.
Oh, absolutely.
All these cards look cool. The nostalgia is here. It's nice to have all the real cards too. I know a lot of people go for the World Champ cards or whatever are cool, right? But I really enjoy playing the cards like this.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I'm not going to bench another Groudon, even though I have it in my hand.
Right, Fire Stream's just going to do more damage, so...
I don't think there's a lot of disruption in this format either, is there?
There's none.
None. Not
Actually, okay, Desert Shaman, but nobody ran it. It's Judge. Okay. Judge was the card.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nobody ran it though. Gardevoir was the only deck that ran it.
Alright, we already attached for turn. I'm going to Dark Hand. I've got considerably more cards.
Yep.
And that'll do 70 with the Darkness Energy. Right?
Yep.
40 plus 20 70. More, plus another 10.
There we go.
We're kind of setting up for linear attack here.
Okay, so looking at this hand, I don't have much going on. I would really like to get something. We're going to Oracle here. And I think we're just going to set up another one of these. Do I have that in the deck? No, I don't. Okay. This is okay, I guess. We're going to grab... Let's see. I think we're going to go with another Rare Candy and a Blaziken.
All right.
Fire Stream is just such a powerful attack, especially against Breeze's deck, because he has to have so many Pokemon in play with Groudon's effect.
Right.
And there is no Gust in this deck because we have the EX Blazikens, so it's pretty interesting here. Got a tap. And we're going to put this on top. We're going to use the Energy Draw to discard a multi-energy and draw 1, 2, and 3 cards. So we've got a bunch of options now. We're going to go ahead and use Firestarter on the active. And then we are going to Rare Candy into Blaziken and use Firestarter once again onto the bench. And we're going to use Power Shift to move this energy to the active. And that's about all I want to do. I don't really want to bench a Skitty because it is weak to fighting. I will go ahead and use Fire Stream for 50 damage and 10 to all of the bench Pokemon.
All right.
It's really looking close now. We're going in for the long game.
I'll go ahead and draw for turn. Magma Energy off the top there. Really can't even play many of these cards, honestly. I'm sitting on 2 Desert Ruins and 2 Steven's Advice right now.
Yeah, this format is very draw cards heavy.
Let's go ahead and attach to this Groudon here.
You'll notice that there's no search cards, though. It's like Magma's Conspirator, and that's it.
Right.
And that's just going to get you more Pokemon to take damage, so...
Yep. I think I'm fine with just leaving this Claydol active and attacking with it, because it wastes a little bit more of your damage that way.
Yep.
And then, hopefully, eventually, I can get to the point where I can pick up this Camerupt, but we'll see. We'll go ahead and use Dark Hand for another 70 damage and take the knockout, and I'll take another prize card.
Yep. So we're going to promote the Blaziken here. I'm going to draw for turn. This is a fantastic card for this matchup, especially if I had a better hand. I don't have access to Energy Draw this turn, so I literally just have to Firestarter and Power Shift to the active. And we're going to go ahead and Fire Stream for 50, doing 10 to everything. And I'll take another prize card.
All right.
And that's exactly what we wanted to see for next turn, which is perfect.
All right, so we're going to go with the Groudon here.
Yep.
I will draw for turn. TV Reporter. Draw 3 cards.
That's the card
from your hand.
Yeah, that's the only way to discard cards in the entire format.
Jeez.
Yep, besides retreating, of course.
So I do have to bench the other Groudon here.
Yep.
In order to get the attack off. Magma Energy is going to be my attachment of choice. And do I like TV Reporter here? I am at 9 cards right now. And it's 7, including this one, so I need to get down to 6.
Yeah.
Considering I have very few playable cards, it's going to be a little difficult. I do have the Maxi in hand, so even if Andy does go Fire Stream, knock out the Camerupt, then I can get a Camerupt back down.
That's true.
And I do also have another Magma Energy in hand already. I will just go ahead and use Pulverize for 50
Yep.
and discard the Magma Energy.
I'm going to draw for turn here. Not what we wanted to see again. We're going to bench a Torchic.
Ooh, that is what I didn't want to see.
Yep. We're going to go Fire Starter and Power Shift here onto the active. Using both of those up. And this is interesting. I have no energy to draw cards. I have no supporters in my hand. I have nothing. We will go ahead and Fire Stream for 50 damage and a knockout on Camerupt and 10 damage to all of the other bench Pokemon. So taking one more prize card here.
Right.
And that is an energy that we need, so that's good.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and draw for turn. This one's getting real close.
Yep.
I do have the Magma Energy. I do need to get another Magma Pokemon in play in order to attack, and that's where I will use the Maxi
Yep.
to get Camerupt down. And I don't have to put damage counters on it because it is not a stage 2.
Yeah, there are no stage 2s in that deck.
And put it onto your bench. Okay, awesome. So, what else do I want to do here? I've already played my supporter. We've already got Desert Ruins. I've got the second Groudon down. I definitely want to use Overheat.
That's the last Magma Energy, huh?
Yep. Let's go ahead and Overheat here.
Yep.
That's going to be some damage counters, and then we can Magma Switch
Okay.
to put it here. And then we can set up the Groudon to attack next turn by doing the same thing with an attachment. And if I could... How many of the Gust of Wind does this run?
There's 3 Pokemon reversal.
Okay. So I kind of need to draw into that. Let's go ahead and play Team Magma Ball to get it out of here. I could
Just
grab...
gonna search for a basic, yeah.
Yeah, I could grab another Groudon. I could grab the Zangoose. Isn't bad either. I think we can go with the Groudon because it's a little bit harder for you to knock it out.
Yep. It is kind of cool. I was able to get one near mint Groudon. That's the near mint one.
Oh.
The rest are lightly played or heavily played or moderately played.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them that are rough shape, but those are the old cards, right? That's just
Exactly.
how it's going to be. So we're going to try now down to 7 cards in hand. We're going to try to draw as many cards as possible next turn coming up. Let's go ahead and Pulverize. We'll take this knockout, get rid of this Magma Energy, and I've got 1 prize remaining.
Oh boy, okay. Active Pokemon, yeah, that's not going to do a lot of damage.
These are both weak to fighting. So,
I will promote the Delcatty.
is weakness different in this format?
Yep, it's plus 20.
Okay, gotcha. So I can still knock out either the Manectric or Delcatty with the
Drop the
weakness
turn.
on them.
Unfortunate, we did not get what we wanted. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and use Energy Draw. Really hope to find a supporter. 1, 2, 3. No supporter there. No supporter at all. I think we only have one option now. We're going to go ahead and bench a Dunsparce.
Oh boy. There it is.
And we will use Warp Point. So we'll both switch. It's Escape. You switch first, of course.
I think I'll just go up with this Groudon here.
Yep. And I'll go into the Dunsparce. And we'll attach the electric energy, and
here it is.
we're going to use Sudden Flash. Let's see it. 10 damage. That's going to be game in your favor.
Yep. I'll go ahead and draw. I can attach Darkness Energy. I can use Overheat.
Yep.
On the Fighting Energy. Place 2. And then Magma Switch with Claydol and Pulverize for 80 damage.
Sounds good.
And the knockout and the game.
Alrighty.